I'm David Elder, Wealth Manager and Partner at Merit Financial Advisors, and we are here today to wish you a happy holiday season as well as the best 2024 possible. Hopefully it can be one of the best years of your life. And when you think about a great year, there are always three things that come into play. First of all, let's maximize your time. Let's make it be used well and valuable. Second, your health. What other resource do you have that's close to priceless? And then finally, your wealth. And so when you think about all three of those, if you really look at it, the only one that's truly finite is your time. No one can create time regardless of how much wealth they have, but they can certainly enjoy their time better if they're in a healthy place and handling their money correctly. So let's talk about a few equations for life. First of all, when you think about health, think about it more as a lifestyle. Do you walk places? Are you going upstairs versus an elevator? Are you exercising and eating well? All of these things. When you think about your wealth, it depends on what phase in life you're at, right? Some of you, it's about distributing the wealth, and let's go ahead and do certain planning for tax efficiency as well as making sure you don't spend too much. Others are still accumulating. And for those accumulators, I'd like to propose a formula. It's the 80-10-10 rule. And basically, you can judge, depending on where you are in life, if this should be on gross income or net income. If you do it on gross income, I guarantee you'll have higher success. But I understand everyone can't do that. And so with that, what that means is 80% of your money, feel free to spend it and have fun. 10% of your money, let's be sure to save it. And another 10% of your money, let's go ahead and give that away because it's always better to give than to receive. Hopefully that helps you all going into this Christmas season a little bit. Also, there's some parallels between health and wealth. First of all, there's more of a long-term approach to both. It doesn't matter so much what you do within a small amount of time. It matters a lot what you do over a long period of time. Whether that's a lifestyle like walking a little bit more, exercising, eating healthy, being active, or just simply saving and not spending too much. And also, I would suggest you make sure you simplify the process and go to the route of least resistance, because otherwise, very few of us are ever successful. Now, you got to remember, as you go into a new year, and when you think about things like, for example, the stock market, we have a present versus future focus and bias in almost all of our brains. We look at the immediate things going on and we think, how do I make this January better? Or, oh my gosh, maybe 2022 is a bad year, I have to change that in 2023. Not true at all. Remember that we often underestimate the importance of long-term and overestimate the importance of short-term. And by balancing that, you can really make it not just the best year you've had, but a year to invest in your future. Finally, let's talk about some short-term strategies, because I know a lot of you might be thinking about that. All right, we're sitting here in the middle of December, and before the end of the year, we need to do any type of tax planning, possibly, whether that's a Roth conversion, charitable giving, tax loss harvesting, several other things. Make sure if you're still working to get your retirement plan contributions in, hopefully to 100% of the limit. And then always, debt reduction is a great short-term strategy. So beyond that, let's talk about some health strategies. Okay. You can't replace the last 10 to 20 years and what that's been. But what you can do, make sure you get a physical sometime next year from your doctor. Work on having better posture. It is absolutely amazing how much of a difference that can make both in your nervous system and just how well you feel. And then finally, stress reduction and implementing those techniques, which in turn often help you have better brain function and better heart function. So in recap, we hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We really wish you the best and most prosperous year next year. And we thank you so much for being part of our lives and people that work with us. Have a great time. If you'd like to meet with myself or one of our other advisors, please click on the link.